Let me turn now to some information on the Thailand Pass system, which I'm sure many of you will be interested in. The slide that you are seeing now contains a lot of information. I would just summarize this by saying that according to the ease of traveling policy, this quote-unquote Thailand Pass system will be adopted to replace the majority of the Certificate of Entry or COE process after the reopening of the country on the 1st of November to travelers from low-risk countries. The Thailand Pass system specifically aims to facilitate entry into Thailand by shortening the process for filing information and uploading travelers' documents. As I'm sure many of you will be interested in, the list of low-risk countries will be finalized this week, and the government is working very hard to ensure that we will be able to share this list with you as soon as possible. Thailand Pass will require travelers to fill in the T8 health questionnaire and the TM6 immigration form, as well as to upload a vaccine certificate. The Department of Disease Control will be responsible for verifying the vaccine certificates and giving an approval through the back system office within 1 to 3 days after registration. What happens next is that travelers can then download the Thailand Pass QR code immediately after receiving approval, and they will be asked to show this QR code along with your COVID-19 negative test result issued no more than 72 hours before departure. So no other documents other than this are required, and you do not have to fill out another T8 or TM6 form after arriving in Thailand. The Thailand Pass system is expected to be launched on the 1st of November and will be applicable to all with some exceptions, which are that the COE will still be required only for certain specific groups of travelers, such as those entering the alternative hospital quarantine, travelers entering through land borders, and travelers entering Thailand on yachts and cruise ships. As far as resumption of domestic flights are concerned, and we've been hearing a bit about this in the media in the last couple of days, it will be in line with the latest easing of the COVID-19 restrictions as the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand has revised its guidelines to increase the capacity of domestic flights. From 16th October onwards, which was Saturday, airlines can now operate more flights, but they have to comply with the nighttime curfew, from 2300 to 3 a.m. Certainly, airlines are still required to implement in-flight COVID-19 prevention measures, such as mask wearing. International travelers arriving from low-risk countries will have to undergo a COVID-19 test upon arrival and await results at a Safety and Health Administration SH8+ or ASQ hotel. Let me now turn to some specific details that I can share with you regarding preparations for the country's reopening. I'm sure this is on the minds of many now following the news. Firstly, the public health authorities will hold talks with various transport agencies at the same time that the Department of Disease Control will hold meetings with several agencies and business operators this week to work out the specific details and measures required for the country's reopening. The CCSA realizes the importance of discussing preparations with all stakeholders to ensure that a finalized and comprehensive set of measures is achieved, and it is expected later this week. At the domestic level, the plan for this month is to inoculate at least 50% of the population, including foreign nationals, in each province, and to inoculate at least 80% of vulnerable groups, which includes the elderly, those with the 7 underlying health conditions, and pregnant women. In terms of the country's reopening, as you know, there are now 4 pilot provinces which have been opened under a sandbox scheme: Phuket, Surat Thani, Phang and Krabi. From the 1st of November onwards, 13 more provinces will be added to this list, which includes, to name a few, Bangkok, Phetchaburi, Chonburi, and Chiang Mai. The CCSA is doing its utmost to draw up measures that will ensure the safety of both incoming travelers and locals, whether it's continued efforts to strengthen Thailand's public health system and disease surveillance or comprehensive preventive measures for incoming travelers. Just now, it was mentioned that this afternoon, the CCSA, will be meeting once again, and we will have an update for you on Wednesday after the meeting in case there are more details to share with you regarding the reopening of the country. A bit of good news to share with audiences as well is that we have received a vaccine donation from the Republic of Korea. This morning, in fact, the ambassador of the Republic of Korea handed over 470,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine to the Minister of Public Health. Thank you very much to the Republic of Korea and to other countries as well, which have assisted Thailand in our vaccination drive thus far. Thailand continues to promote international cooperation on vaccines and medical equipment, as we hope all countries will rebound from the COVID-19 situation as soon as possible. And we hope as well to stimulate our economic recovery hand in hand. This is all I have for today. I wish everyone to stay safe and to see you again on Wednesday. Thank you. สวัสดีค่ะ